Alright guys, it's time to go through the next 5 rolls of the box. This has been a really good box so far. Here's what we've got. 31 wheats, 559s, 270Ss, or I don't know what the San Francisco's are exactly, 3 Canadians, and all of these uncirculated. There's just so many of them. These are all 69s and 68s. For some reason I haven't been able to find anything good before 68. But the way I'm doing this is I will score each set of 5 rolls, and you can see all the scoring rolls here. And if you correctly guess in the comments what the score will be for the next set of 5 rolls, then you get a shout out in that video. So let's grab these rolls right here. One. I knocked down all the wheat pennies. Oh no. Okay. Got some. So these rolls have been pretty much 100% chopper. There's been 192 at random in the box, which I have no idea where it came from. It's the weirdest thing. But yeah, it was just randomly in one of the rolls. But these have had tons of wheats in them. I've already beaten my record for most wheats in a box. And I'm only 10 rolls in. So this has been shaping up to be an incredible box. So I'm really excited to go through these. They're fun every time. So, and I need to grab the box of rejects. Although every single one of these rejects has been copper. That's odd. This didn't look that good from the other side, but I guess it is. And there's a nice 68. Still waiting for something older than 1968 to show up as pretty nice. And this is in focus. So these rolls appear to be have been rolled in 1981, or maybe really early 1982. That's also possible. But again, there was one roll that contained a 1992 for no obvious reason. And we're on to the first wheat of these 5 rolls, which is this one, which is a 52D. I'll show that a little bit closer later. This is 71. And here's another wheat, that's a 53. And normally it'd be impressive just to get 2 wheats in one roll at all, but like in this box, I mean, I've got 7 wheats in one roll once. You know, this looked like a zinc penny, but I think it is a 1980 actually. Really mangled up that one. Or not mangled up, corroded is the problem. But yeah, you see a lot more corrosion on zinc pennies, modern zinc pennies, because, well, zinc is easier to destroy than copper. It's much less resistant. Hey! See, what did I tell you? There's these weird random ones. This is a 1982, but it doesn't look like it was uncirculated when it was rolled. So there's just been a couple of pennies in here that don't seem to belong. It's very strange. But yeah, it almost seems like maybe these weren't rolled a long time ago, and actually somebody went through their change, pulled out all the copper pennies, rolled them up, but then ended turning them into the bank at face value. But then why wouldn't they include any 82s? Because half of those are copper. I suppose it is possible that they just couldn't be bothered to sort them out. But I don't think it's that hard. All you have to do is flip the coin. Let's see if I can find that 82 again. I've lost it. Yeah, we're not getting that back. But if you flip the coin, it sounds very different when it's copper than when it's zinc. So here's the 2 wheat pennies. 1953 there. And a 52 Denver. So the wheats from this box have been predominantly 1950s. Let's just push all these uncirculated coins a little bit off to the side, and we'll deal with them later. I do usually make a second pass to decide whether or not I actually want to keep those, because some of them I just instinctively put over there when they're not actually that good. And honestly, I could stand to be a lot less lenient on the uncirculateds in general for this box, just because there's so many of them. complain that there's a lot of uncirculated coins because they're just great. So there's a bunch of wheat pennies in this roll. I already see 3, and we'll continue picking those out as we go. 78, that's nice. That's not good enough. Oh, there's a 59. Haven't found one of those in a little while. A little while being a few rolls. And there's another one. There's 2 of them in this roll. That's interesting. And as we're going through these, just trying to recognize everything. That's a nice 1960. I mean, it's not great. I might just keep that for it being the best 60 or older than a 1968 coin that's come out of this. It does look like it was uncirculated when it was rolled, like just maybe that somebody put their thumb like this over it. Of course, I don't think I'll make it that much worse doing that. Here's a weird one. This is like half uncirculated, like half brilliant uncirculated. But there's clearly a big blotch on it that isn't uncirculated. So quite interesting with that one. I'll keep it anyway as well. And these are all nothing special. You'd expect to see more high relief memorials in this, but you don't see that many, honestly. Ah, there's another wheat. That's a 52. It almost seems like there's just as many wheats as there are high relief memorials. The wheats themselves are kind of high relief, I suppose. Okay, that's not it. That's not what I want, is what I meant to say. 73. These are no good. And those are good. You know what, I'm gonna remove this 68 because although it does look partially nice, it's kind of gross on some parts. So, let's see all the wheats that we got there. There's 4 of them. So, first 2 that came face up. There's another 52D. I think we found one of those in the last roll. That there. Here's a 53 plain. Is that a little bit of lamination there, or is it rolling machine marks? I don't know. That could be a die crack or something. A little bit interesting. What's this one? There's the 57D. I've been finding a lot of 57Ds in this box. And another 52D. So that's 3 out of these 5 rolls have been 52Ds. There hasn't been that many in the previous rolls. But that puts us at, I think, 6 wheats for this set. Right. Wait. What have I done? There's those 4. Oh, and those 2 are 59s. Okay. I had confused myself because I had stacked the wheats with the 59s and they got all mixed up. And let's start going through this roll. So these are all just a dull brown, but some of them are going to be very nice. You know, it's interesting, the first time I got rolls like this from the bank, they actually did not contain that many wheat pennies. I think there was like 1 or 2 in each roll, which is still above average, but it was nothing like what I'm getting here. Here's 58D already. But these, like, there's been rolls with 7, I think I found a roll with 6, and rolls with 4 and 3. There's only been 1 roll that hasn't had any in it. Varies pretty wildly, but on the other set of rolls like this, they were pretty consistently not including wheats. Here's a 68, that's nice. And that's a good 73. You know, the teller that time actually told me that these rolls were old, so I believe that maybe they are actually old. Here's another weird one. It's an 88D. This is so strange that there's random coins in here that don't seem to fit the rest. Like, it doesn't make any sense. The coins are as uncirculated as you would expect from a period jar of coins. But there's been 3 that have not fit within the normal timeline. And it's really confusing. I don't think this happened with the last set of rules from this bank that were like this. And I keep dodging this 56, but it's there. And I'll get rid of that. And these are all beautiful uncirculated coins. It's 58D. Anyways, when I got these 56 plain, the teller did not say that the rolls were old, but it was from the same station at the bank. It was a different teller, but it was the same spot on the counter, which was the leftmost place. I haven't seen that teller that gave me these nice rolls in the first time. I can't remember if I got a full set of these rolls or just some that were good. That's good enough. Of course, I don't know if I want to be saying good enough with these. But yeah, this time it was a woman teller. I feel like the tellers change every time I go to that bank. Like, I rarely see one twice. So I'm not really sure why that happens. You know, it's kind of strange to me that there's nothing that's very close to uncirculated before 1968. Like, it seems like an arbitrary cutoff date. Here's a 1940, 50 and a 40, and there's a Canadian. Keep putting these out of frame, but you can see them as I'm pulling them out of the roll. But yeah, I've seen quite a few different tellers. They've only got 3 stations there. Here's another wheat. They've only got 3 stations there. There's the middle, the left, and the right. But it definitely came from the same spot. So I wonder if that teller had, like, pulled these rolls out of storage a long time ago and then just left them there. And then at some point, this teller, when I asked her for some pennies, she just took what was at the station, which would have been these rolls. And I don't think I've gotten anything from that station in a while, so it would make sense if these were still there. Because I don't think a lot of people come in to buy pennies from these banks, which is why it's hard to get rid of them once you have them. Come on. That looks like it. It's just a 62. It looked like a wheat that was really nice, but it wasn't, unfortunately. I suppose I have seen that, because the teller that gave me these good rolls the first time, he knew me because I had asked for pennies from him a few times before, and I eventually had to explain to him why I wanted them. So the next time I came there, that's when he had pulled them out, which was really nice of him. And now I get to have a second round of them. Just surprised he didn't give me all of them the first time, because I think this makes up the full $25 worth of this kind of roll. Oh, I just realized the last roll I didn't go through what we got. It was a 57D, 1940 plain, it's not in great shape, and a 1950D, as well as a 1964 Canadian. So I'm already at quite a few wheats. I think we're over 10 now. And we've got a wheat already in this roll, which is a 46. So let's start going through this one. It's a nice 72. You know, most of these coins I don't need for my book, but I do need Denver mints, and unfortunately there doesn't seem to be very many in this box. I mean, it makes sense. At any time period, though, since I live on the East Coast, there won't be very many Denver mints. So I guess I should have expected this, but still, it's a little bit disappointing to have this sort of a window back in time and not be able to get the stuff that I want from it. But all the same, this is just such a cool box. Now, unfortunately, not all of these rolls are like this. I've got 5 more of this kind of roll after these 5. But I'm not complaining because the sheer amount of good stuff that has come from these 15 rolls now. This is the last one of the 5 that I've gone through already. That's a really nice 81. That's shiny. Haven't noticed any particularly well-toned coins this box. I mean, this set. On the last set, there was some really nicely toned coins. Which was these two. I can show you that beautiful 73. They've got this sort of reddish pink tonings. I haven't noticed any of that on these rolls here. What? This is so weird. Here's 2006. This is the strangest thing. I don't understand what could have possibly made these rolls and have them like be so strangely inconsistent. You know what's possible? Maybe somebody had an old jar of coins from the 1980s and they took it out at some point, but they had like put it away and forgotten it. And then they took it back out, rolled it all up, and turned it in. And while they were at it, they took their new change jar, or like took all the pennies out of their wallet and added them in. That could be an explanation for why these aren't all the same, all the right date. Because all of these uncirculated, they make sense. Like, they seem legitimate. What is going on with this one? Ooh. Well, I take it back. That's a pretty cool toned one. It's got sort of yellow-orange rings. Wow. Okay, that's a neat coin. I'm going to put that with the other toned ones. Because maybe these were like sitting on the bottom of the jar. That could be a potential explanation for why they got toned. Here's the 46. And a 57. Not a Denver. There's been a lot of 57Ds. Anyways, now I'm going to sort all of these coins out. Move that back over here. And calculate the score. And then I'm going to tell you who gets the shout out. Or if anyone gets the shout out, because you have to get it right. So, see you in a minute. Alright, well, here's the score for this set of 5 rolls, the 11th through the 15th. And the score was 24. And nobody gets 24, so there will be no shout out. So, thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever. And I'll see you next time. Bye.